While the series has struggled to find a foothold on home consoles, 2D Castlevania has thrived on handhelds, with 6 solid releases across the GBA, PSP, and Nintendo DS. Order of Ecclesia mixes up the action with a female protagonist and a new glyph-based weapon system, but is it a direct descendant of the Bloodline? Established after the Belmont clan faded, the Order of Ecclesia has taken on the mantle of fending off Dracula's minions through the use of magical inscriptions called glyphs, eventually creating Dominus, a spell powerful enough to destroy Dracula for good. Shinoa is the only one strong enough to bear Dominus, but as her leader works on the final preparations, one of her peers, Albus, steals the glyph, leading Shinoa on a chase through the surrounding countryside. The plot provides a few twists as players try to unravel Albus's motivations, but it's still rather simple with only 3 main characters. And since a plot device has robbed Shinoa of all emotion, there's little to connect with. Instead of thrusting players into one massive environment like Symphony of the Night, Order of Ecclesia features a world map with a variety of locations that open up as players progress. The experience is somewhat more linear, but there is still a wealth of hidden passages and out-of-the-way crannies to return to. Plus, the final location is large and sprawling to satisfy players' craving exploration. Central to Ecclesia's layout is the village of Weigel. Nearly empty when you first discover it, the town is eventually populated with villagers you rescue from the hands of Albus. Finding them all is strongly encouraged. The town serves as home base, allowing you to stock up, refill hearts, and save, while villagers will also send you out on various quests. Tasks are mostly mundane errands such as collecting herbs or photographing monsters, but the rewards are worthwhile. Ecclesia retains the staple RPG elements of the series, allowing you to gain experience levels, equip stat-boosting armor and accessories, and find relics that grant new abilities like double jumping or moving freely underwater. Gone is Portrait of Ruin's leveling system for individual weapons, freeing players from hours of tedious grinding, but there are still plenty of ultra-rare drops to drive obsessives mad.
Flames!
Multiplayer options are still somewhat forgettable. Players can connect locally or online to compete in one of 3 race courses, tallying both time and kills, and player shops return to let you exchange rare items and earn some coin. The side quests and online options don't add much, but the main adventure should take players 12 hours or more to fully complete.
Let's play, cute little kitty! Maelstrom!
Past DS Castlevania titles experimented with the handheld's unique features, but Ecclesia takes a more conservative approach. You never use the touchscreen, and the upper screen is used only to reference maps and stats, keeping the focus squarely on the core gameplay. Rather than physically picking up weapons and spells, Shinoa absorbs glyphs through the tattoo on her back. Some glyphs are hidden in specific locations, others randomly dropped from defeated enemies, and some have to be absorbed as an enemy casts a spell. Weapons and attack spells can be assigned to the X and Y buttons, and holding up while attacking allows you to execute a powerful glyph union, combining both powers into a devastating blow. Other glyphs can be assigned to the R button, granting you special abilities such as using a magnetic slingshot move, summoning monsters, or transforming into other creatures with unique attacks. True to Castlevania's roots, Order of Ecclesia is brutally difficult. Boss fights in particular require you to quickly identify weaknesses in attack patterns or retry a dozen times while you work it out. Then it's a test of endurance, as each boss can take a heavy beating and some of their attacks can take off nearly half your health, making dodges critically important. Standard enemies can put up a good fight too, and each monster has specific weaknesses, introducing an extra layer of strategy as you learn which weapons are most effective. Thankfully, an early relic lets you swap between multiple glyph configurations on the fly, making it easy to keep a variety of abilities at the ready. You're gonna love playing Order of Ecclesia. It's a streamlined game that eliminates some of the tedium without sacrificing depth. The past few Castlevania titles suffered somewhat with enemy sprites recycled from previous games. But Order of Ecclesia feels much fresher, as most enemies are completely new,
Looks delicious.
and many returning creatures have even been spruced up. Detailed backgrounds and gory death animations are sure to please. Portrait of Ruin's anime character art has been ditched in favor of a more detailed classic Castlevania style, and the soundtrack is superb as always. Order of Ecclesia isn't a drastic departure from past installments, but it's a clear step up, with tweaks to gameplay and level design, and a cast of creative new enemies. Despite being broken up into smaller levels, there's still a heavy emphasis on exploration, and the merciless boss fights provide a satisfying challenge for any seasoned vampire hunter.
See ya.